Hi everyone, I'm Evangeline right here at eTrailer. Today we are going to be taking a look at our Rhino-Rack 2 spare tire mount bike rack. This is going to be a rack that you attach to the spare tire, and we're taking a look at how it fits here on our 2024 Ford Bronco. But if you have another vehicle that has a spare tire, chances are this will fit too. But I'll talk about how it attaches later in this video. The first thing we want to talk about though is, will this work for your bikes? This is going to be ideal if, let's say, you have some lighter bikes. Your main focus is something that's affordable and not too difficult to install. You just need a quick and easy solution for carrying around your bikes. Maybe you don't have a hitch, or you don't quite have a hitch-mounted rack. Well, this has a weight capacity of 33 pounds per bike. So most of your road bikes, mountain bikes, this should be good. You just have to be careful that they're not too heavy, especially since this will be mounted to the spare tire. Also, you'll want to make sure that you're able to load them up okay, because this is a hanging style rack. So it does hold your bikes up by the frame and not by the wheels. So if you're a little conscious about the frame, maybe you have things that you don't want super scratched up or anything, you may want to look at your platform style options. This has two cradles that supports that frame. The cradles have different grooves on the inside, so if you have brake lines, things like that, it should be fine for it. And then you have these rubber straps that hold your bike down. So the rubber straps, I've noticed, are a little tricky to use just because they are so short. I took some measurements in the full review for this rack, and I found that they're about 5 inches apart, which is the distance of the holes. And that means if you have, let's say, a really large mountain bike frame, you may want to just double check that measurement there to see if it will work with this rack. Okay, I finally got the top cradle straps out. The next thing I may want to do before I take the bike off to go for a ride would be to remove the hook and loop straps. You get 4 of these that you could just put around your bike wherever you feel like you need to cut down on some wobble. Because of the style of this rack though, you won't be able to 100% remove that wobble. So Rhino-Rack does recommend that you use like a cam buckle strap or a safety strap to secure the whole system, or like your whole bike, down somewhere low, like your hitch receiver or your tow hook on your Bronco. So even if you don't have a hitch, chances are you'll have that hook in the back. So now I'm able to take the bike off. You are able to carry up to 2 bikes with this rack because of the cradles up top. I'm going to put this bike away so you can take a look at those cradles. They do sit pretty close to each other. It is a little tricky to get 2 bikes on there since things do get caught up, but I do like how this is molded so it looks all nice and neat. Another thing you can do with this rack is you can make the rack itself a little bit more compact. So you have all these different knobs. These 2 knobs are here to adjust the arms, but the knobs below are there to adjust the rack the first time you have to install it on the Bronco. Now, this does fit on the spare tire, but it also fits on other spare tires of different shapes and sizes. So the maximum tire size you can carry, or that can carry this rack, is up to 33 inches in diameter and up to 12.5 inches in width. So if we come over here to the tire, you can see from the side of it, or I guess look at the front real quick, that this does sit kind of on the rim and around the edges. And if you look over to the side, you'll be able to see that it has some straps as well as the support arm holding everything in place. So this works in between your light bracket for your spare tire carrier almost perfectly. And then you can see how it fits over the width of the spare tire. So I really like just the overall fit of this carrier on our Bronco, because I also be mindful of that there is a backup camera there. So compared to some other spare tire mounted racks that secure around the center of this, I do like that I don't have to worry about covering that backup camera, and that we have pretty good visibility still. Now, if your bikes are on there, that might be a different story. Might be a little tricky to see past the bikes. But here in our compact position, where if I wanted to, I could put those arms down. Then I can lock this whole rack into place. Everything still looks really good. So this is going to be an option that you might want to do or go with if you want to keep this on there. You're not planning on going out for a bike ride just yet, but you also don't want to take the bike rack off. If you do choose to take the bike rack off, you have two straps you want to look at. The first was that strap in the middle, which I did have to loosen in order to move these arms down. That's going to be your center retaining strap. But then you also have your side straps. Let's take this out completely. There we go. These side straps are what cinch the bike rack down. So just a lot of touch points all around that make for a pretty secure fit. If I loosen this strap, just like I removed the middle strap, I'm then able to kind of hoist this off. You want to be careful with your back light there on your carrier. Fortunately, it has that rubber mount in the back that just helps give it a little bit of flex. So I'm not too concerned about it. As long as you're careful, you're still able to fit this out and around. So just like that, I now have the bike rack removed. And this was all one single shot. So you could just imagine how easy it is for you to install this carrier onto your spare tire and then load your bikes off. And just like that, you're now ready to hit the trails. If you have any questions, check out the review here on the website or the page where we have all the specs and information. The most important thing here is if you are looking for some kind of bike carrying solution and you don't want to spend too much or maybe waste too much time with figuring out how to get things installed, you just want something that's fast and easy, this is definitely the way to go. Now, if you start investing in maybe some pricier bikes and you want more of a stable option, or maybe you're planning on going off-roading, since this rack here is not rated for off-road use, if you're looking for something that might be a little bulkier in a good way, you might want to consider getting a hitch installed on your Ford Bronco and using one of the many hitch-mounted platform racks that we have available right here at etrailer. Now that's going to be a higher expense and will take up more time. So in the meantime, while you wait for that to get done, you can start off with the Rhino-Rack 2 bike rack designed for spare tire mount use. You saw that right here at etrailer on a 2024 Ford Bronco.